Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Monday, the 15th of April 2024, the year of a million transactions per second and more. Take custody of your digital assets today at rockwallet.com, including Bitcoin SV, the original protocol, and genuine Bitcoin. Let's get into it. So let's kick off with a little bit of 365 days of Bitcoin history. A big one today. Check it out. So, on the 15th of April 1912, the White Star Line ship Titanic was swapped for its sister ship Olympic and sank as an insurance scam to rid the three main objectors to the creation of the US Central Bank proposed by J.D. Rockefeller and J.P. Morgan. And check this out. Can we enlarge this? Look at this. So it says here, a world's record, 1/3 of a mile of iron and steel in two ships, the White Star Liners Olympic and Titanic at Belfast. The ill-fated Titanic, in brackets to the right, lost with 1,500 souls April 15th, 1912. However, as you can see clearly on this, so the Titanic is actually on the left. And the Titanic is a brand new ship, hence there's no building works or anything needed or any repairs needed doing to it, like the one on the right, which is the badly damaged Olympic. And also there are no bridge wings. So you see, the Titanic was the Olympic's sister ship, and it was created in a faster, more efficient way, and purposely designed to not have all the extras on it, you know, to make it look as impressive. So if you look at the ship on the right, which is actually the Olympic, you can see how it's got extended bridge wings, only by about a foot or so. That's it. But that's the main difference. And then also there were some other windows along the deck that were more custom made on the Olympic, whereas on Titanic they were just all standardized down one side. And also the number of portholes. I think the Olympic actually had more portholes than Titanic. There were so many things that you can look at. In fact, I've even got pictures now of the Titanic that was, well, the Olympic, when they sent an underwater submersible down there to film it. You can actually still see, you can see the shipwreck has got the extended bridge wings that have actually now like collapsed, and also they covered up the nameplate. Because what ships do is they actually have the name inscribed onto them, so they can't be taken off. So what they did is when they switched the ships, they put metal plates over the name. But when the submersible went down there, they're filming the metal plates that have been put over the name, and they've corroded over the years, and you can see the letters M and P for Olympic underneath the name tag where it says Titanic. Plus the fact the lifeboats that were supposedly on the Titanic but were actually on the Olympic, they'd had the name of the ship inscribed into the gunwale of the lifeboats, and they just had a plaque put over it. But when they actually found one of the lifeboats and they took the plaque off, they actually found the name Olympic carved into the gunwale. Honestly, absolutely outrageous. You cannot get away from those facts. And then you want to go into how it sank. Well, it was full speed ahead, going literally into an iceberg field. And urgent messages that were sent about how there was an iceberg field up ahead didn't get through. Binoculars being locked in cupboards. And other people who knew the truth speaking out, being threatened and put in jail. I mean, absolutely nuts when you actually know what went on. But this is the scam that kicked this global conspiracy off. It all starts with Titanic. All of it. The most famous fraud in history. And without this, they wouldn't have been able to create the Federal Reserve. Without the creation of the Federal Reserve, they wouldn't have been able to kick off World War I. And without World War I, they wouldn't have been able to accumulate the amount of currency in order to purchase all the US corporations, or the economically distressed corporations that were caused by the financial bubble of the Roaring Twenties, again, which they manufactured through stimulating the economy by excessive currency printing. It just led on from there. So absolutely epic day in history today. The 15th of April, 1912. Honestly, if anybody wants to investigate this global conspiracy that we're in, all you've got to do is start with the Titanic. It is absolutely key. This is why they literally spend billions. They spend billions every year covering up this fraud. The amount of people they pay off, even now. They get people talking about it, going, oh, yeah, all these conspiracy theories talking about the Olympic being switched with the Titanic, oh, it can't be true, blah. What an absolute load of crap that is. They are shitting it. It all starts with this. Literally, if you wanna unpack this global conspiracy, this was the very thing that kicked it off. You go back and you investigate the Titanic, because if the Titanic is found to be fraud, everything is fraud. The UK government was involved in covering up this crime. And if the UK government can cover up this crime, well, they can cover up other crimes as well. So absolutely outrageous. So epic day today. And here we go. Look at this. So today these men would have been worth 11 billion. Benjamin Guggenheim, Isidor Straus, and Jacob Astor. All three of these men were aboard the Titanic when it sank. All three died that night. How convenient. And the Olympic had been involved in two significant crashes. One was with HMS Hawke, and the other one was in the Nantucket lifeboat. So it was already really badly damaged. And literally all they'd done is kind of like painted over where it had been damaged and patched it up, and then sank it. Well, absolutely outrageous. Following on from that, on the 15th of April 2019, Binance wrote a blog post about how they were going to delist a Bitcoin SV as it was, quoted, no longer meets the exchange's standards. What a load of crap that is. Yeah, because we know it's a bucket shop. So this is what they wrote. Binance to delist Bitcoin SV as it no longer meets the exchange's standards because the standards are so crappy. And unless you're a shitcoin, we're not going to list you. So after Binance CEO CZ tweeted that he was considering delisting BSV last week, the exchange has officially announced it will delist the coin. Major crypto exchange Binance has officially announced it will delist Bitcoin SV starting next week. The news was revealed in an official announcement from the firm today, 15th of April. The exchange started as of April 22nd. The exchange stated as of April 22nd, it will delist and cease trading on all trading pairs for BSV on the exchange under the ticker symbol BCHSV. In the post, Binance explained that it regularly reviews assets listed on its platform to, quote, ensure that an asset, continues to meet the highest of standards we expect. The firm went on to explain that it only delists the coin after another in-depth review, noting, we believe this best protects all of our users. Honestly, unbelievable. The exchange listed responsiveness to its due diligence request level and quality of the coin's development and evidence of unethical / fraudulent conduct among the factors that it takes into account before delisting a currency. Really? Did you think about investigating the SegWit fraud? Did you know that tampering with signatures is fraud? And what is SegWit? Oh, that's right, segregated witness. A witness being the signatures. So you're tampering with signatures, that's fraud. Fancy investigating that? No, I don't think so. And it says here, the move comes just a few days after Binance CEO, Changpeng Zhao, better known as in an industry as CZ, tweeted a warning that the exchange could delist BSV in response to its creators' behavior. Craig Wright is not Satoshi. Any more of this shit we delist. Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. Honey, we all know the story, so don't need to continue that, do we? No. Right, following on, let's catch up with a bit of today's news. Check this out. So Phil Fast has said, I guess this is one way to have a court attempt to freeze crypto assets. Check it out. We've got a worldwide freezing order, and this is it. This is the order. So, just for my listeners, I need to remind you. Look, this is a stamp. It is not a seal. The stamp doesn't mean shit. Like literally, honestly, it doesn't mean shit. And when we get to the bottom of this, oh, look at that. It's not signed. It's not signed. There is no authority behind this whatsoever. It's not sealed and it's not signed. It's just been stamped. And look at this. When you scroll down to the second page here, see it says penalty notice. Have you noticed it's all in capitals? It's all in uppercase. When something is written in uppercase, it means nothing. According to the Chicago Manual Styles, which the court often uses, this is a completely different language. So let's read this very carefully, meaning this is not part of the document. Like when you put something in capitals, what you're doing is you're actually removing it from the document. A document can only have one language on it. So what you're looking at here is actually language fraud. And fraud unravels all. This completely delegitimizes this document that we're looking at. And the courts know this, which is why they've done it, because it's all literally coercion and deception in trying to get people to accept their opinion when it's just an opinion. There's no authority behind this whatsoever. So let's read this. Penal notice. If you, Craig Stephen Wright, disobey this order, you may be held to be in contempt of court and may be imprisoned, fined, or have your assets seized. And again, no judge is ever going to put his name to that. Never. There is no authority for that whatsoever. No criminal investigation or criminal charges have been brought. I mean, and again, when it says you may be, again, it's an empty threat. And to be honest with you, I would literally throw this back at the judge. The judge would run out of court if I had my way with him. Literally, I'd be like, "What do you think you're doing? This is fraud. Where's your name on this?" Because the judge, he won't be putting his name to it. He hasn't signed it. So literally, what he's doing is acting as a judge. And if he signed it, this is malfeasance in public office, 7 years in prison. This is serious. It's really serious for the judge to be doing this shit. And he said, if you, Wright International Investments Limited, disobey this order, I mean, who's Wright International Investments Limited? You're going to put a company in prison, are you? Disobey this order, you may be held to be in contempt, and again, you may be held to be in contempt of court and may be fined or have your assets seized. If you, Wright International Investments UK Limited, disobey this order, you may be held liable to be in contempt of court and may be fined or have your assets seized. Any other person, again, person is a legal fiction, who know of this order and does anything which helps or permits this respondent to breach the terms of this order, or may also be held in contempt of court and may be imprisoned, fined, or have their assets seized. I tell you, should be in prison. The judge. That's what he should be. He should be in prison for this. Absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Utter fraud. Utter fraud. There we go. Anyway, so that's a bit of history and a little bit of today's news. And also, check this out. So just 15th, here we go. Look, updates. This is the 15th of April, 2024. Update on Terranode. So they've said here, why we let it run after failure. In the last couple of months, we've been learning more and more, but not only about how the software we created behaves, but also how it behaves in our configuration at Amazon Web Services and using the third-party services we are using. Many problems have popped up and we have had to add a lot of logging both on the application side and the server side. Every time we start a new run with our 3-node Terranode cluster, we are tracking and logging a tremendous amount of data. We're generating about 5 terabytes of logs per hour every hour that the test runs. When one or more Terranodes fail, we sometimes let it keep running because on those cases, some of the system is actually working harder and under more stress. Think of a situation where the 3 nodes are all forked. The block validation service for each node is still validating all the blocks produced by all the other nodes and therefore validating more blocks than when the network would be functioning correctly. It is working much harder than under normal conditions and is hitting the database and storage harder. We are confident that we have a solution for the problems we've been experiencing, and this is partly due to running the network out of sync and seeing what happens on the service under stress. The longer running test is now coming very close to start. Right, well, let's have a look at this longer running test coming close to start. This here is the timetable. So we're now in 2024. We're in quarter 2 right now, and it says here a private beta mainnet test node mining. So this suggests they're mining it, And also quarter one, it says Terranode documentation for miners and developers. That's already been brought out. And the beta test means that the test before commercial use, kind of like the final test is done, and then it says public beta Terranode quarter 3 and quarter 4. So this means, well, I mean, it looks to me like we're actually kind of like, well, they're sort of testing it in public now because we can see it. This is Terranode right here, so it's public. So it suggests to me that they might actually be ahead of schedule, which is pretty great. So I think that's the public beta Terranode. So we are in the final testing phase, of Terranode. Very exciting, very exciting. Let's have a look at the figures then. Just have a quick rundown of these. So we've got Bitcoin. Look at that. So it went down to, I think it went down to like $49. Now back up to $72. Woohoo! So the halving happened 251 blocks ago. We've got the BTC, like SegWit shitcoin halving happening on Friday, the 19th of April. Hash rate 0.9%. Let's have a look at the difficulty adjustment on BTC. Look at that. Still the highest it's ever been. Let's look at the hash rate. So on BCH with the blue line there, and hash rate just dipping off a little bit on BSV, but that's fine. Transactions 12.5. Yeah, should we bother looking at that? Yeah, why not? Well, let's just have a look at the block size coming through. Yeah, nothing really to write home about. 8 megabyte block there. That's about it. I think transaction banking. Oh, look at this. Look at this is massive. This is massive. Whoa. So now it is 1,716,110 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Corecoin. I mean, this was just over 1 million the other day, and then it went down to 400 plus thousand. Now it's 1.7 million. 1.7 million. That is huge. That is huge. Jeepers. I think that might be the highest I've ever seen it. Whew. And it's currently 123% more profitable to mine on shitcoin, SegWit coin, than genuine Bitcoin. But again, we've got Terranode coming. Terranode in the bag. Like, oh my god. Currently 11.7% more profitable to mine on shitcoin than Bcrash, and 15.7% more profitable to mine on shitcoin than Fisher Price Cash, but they're all shitcoins anyway, so who cares? Yeah, so here we go. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network, transactions by network, transactions per block by network, fees USD, fees Satoshis. Yeah, look, coming right down there. Block reward ratio. Ooh, block reward going up there. That's interesting. Daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Yeah. Here we go. Right, let's have a look at this. I always like enlarging these ones, just so we get a good look. So this is global hash rate 7 days. Global hash rate 24 hours. Corecoin hash rate 24 hours. F2 pool jumping up above Foundry USA pool there, putting in the investment. Bcrash, other mining pools on 32.64. Again, just carefully managing the hash rate. Fisher Price Cash, yep, what a joke. Very interesting there, because other mining pools have got hardly any hash rate on there. Yeah, which is what you want. You want all the hash rate in the bag. And then we've got the CoinDance reporting, the pie chart here, but they're not actually. CoinDance has tried to delist BSV previously in the past and stolen all the figures. I do not trust them at all. So they've just frozen that. So we'll just have to have a look at what's on chain really. So these are the mining. So we've got Tau still with 54.81. Calvin will be very pleased with that. Cube with 35.5. Gorilla Pool doing well, 7%. That might be a new all-time high for them in terms of hash rate on the network. Very good. QG Link 1.48. Mining Dutch 0.74. Alright. Let's have a look at it. So all exchanges reserve on BTC. So again, they're cashing out as the price goes up. Oof. Don't want to be holding that when the music stops. Let's have a look at tether weather. So it's just matching $1 right there. Again, pushing it up just a little bit. Looks like 100 million just gone in today. Look at that. Crazy amount on the week. Good grief. Let's have the short positions. There we go. Look, Bitfinex happy with this line here because they can't see that how confidence was dropping off a cliff earlier today. But the short ratio is just 1.16. Let's have a look at DXS app. Remember, dirty traders can be unsullied on DXS app. Yes, indeed. So price recovering from a low down here up to around $72 there. Let's have a look at live coin watch market cap. So 2.39, so basically $2.4 trillion. Let's have a look at core coin. Volume going up to 2.8%. Still really weak. Really weak. Market cap 1.28 trillion. Wow. Wow. And let's have a look at Bitcoin. Look at that, the entire market cap. Look at this. This entire market of shite. Digital crap. Digital NFT crap. And out of $2.4 trillion, we've only got $1.3 billion worth of genuine market cap, and we've only got $1.3 million worth of BSV available on the market globally. Good grief. Good grief. Dropping. I mean, that is nuts. There's 1.3 million available globally across all exchanges. That is nuts. Nuts when I say there's literally hardly anything. Literally hardly anything. You know, and again, you shrink supply, demand increases. It's basic economics 101. Whew. Jeepers. And let's have a look at Terranode. This Terranode viewer. So we've got here just, that is dashboard. So it looks like stats since last restart. Again, 1.048 million transactions per second on average. Very good. And the viewer, look at this. Oh, just a block just below 1 million transactions per second there. But an entire column of 1 million transactions per second being processed. Beautiful. Beautiful. So it looks like it's just started a new test. Yeah, relatively small blocks there. Looks like they're testing small data transactions there by the looks of it. Relatively small. Right, there we go. It's a 22-minute show. Don't want to keep you too long because I know people are busy these days. So if you enjoy these show or you enjoy these updates, please ding a donation for your appreciation. That's to Satoshi at handcash.io. They're always greatly appreciated. Much love to everybody who's donated already. So until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.